Simrite Fashion Academy YouTube channel for the sewing tutorial of off-shoulder bustier with flayed sleeves. Okay, so if you remember in our last tutorial we drafted these patterns. We had the drafting of the off-shoulder patterns, as you can see right here. So now it's time for us to start sewing our off-shoulder dress right away. So I'll be cutting my fabric right now and add necessary seam allowances. So I'll bring it back for you to see how the seam allowances are added. Okay, so I'll cut and I'll add my seam allowances on the bodies. Okay, so here I have my lace fabric which I'm working with for the off-shoulder dress. And when you are working on laces, you need to have an interlining. Okay, there will be an interlining below your lace fabric. So I'll be using this fabric for an interlining. I don't actually know the name of the fabric, but then the fabric looks nice and shiny, matching up with what I have on my lace fabric. So I decided to purchase it to sew this. So you can see how it looks right there on the lace as an interlining. It's not actually heavy, it's light, as you can see. Okay, so just to give me the shiny and beautiful effect below the lace fabric. So I'll be using a doll face satin fabric also to line this. Okay, so now I'll go over to my working table to cut. I'll first hairstay. I'm going to hairstay both interlining and fabric and doll face satin fabric as lining. I'm going to hairstay the both of them. So once I'm done hairstaying, I'll cut and add my necessary seam allowances. I have a detailed video on this channel on how to add seam allowances accordingly. So you can scroll down the channel to check if you don't know how to add your seam allowances. And I have a video on how to hairstay also as well, so please you can check it out on the channel below. So right now I will go ahead and hairstay and cut, and I'll bring it back for you to see. Now I'm done cutting my patterns. Okay, so the front pattern F1 F2, I have this on fold, and I cut lining and interlining on fold. I added 1 inch on the hem and 0.5 inch by the sides. Okay, so both the lining and the fabric are of the same length for now, but by the time we proceed on the tutorial, we are going to cut or shorten the lining, so we'll be able to turn effectively the hem. So I added 0.5 inch all around, and I added 2 inches on the sides and 1 inch on the hem. So the next thing I want to do now is to place my notches, because I'm going to sew my bustier right now. So I'll place my notches on the bust point, both for lining and fabric, as you can see. Then on the under bust, make sure you have exactly 0.5. So I can see I have a little above 0.5. So I just want to reshaping this. Okay, so you have exactly what you use to tighten your under bust line. So I'll just take off the little excess, so I don't have any excess under my bust. Okay, so I'll also cross check once again. Okay, so I still need to go in more on the under bust line. All right, so now the next thing I want to do is to place my notch on the under bust. Although the under bust is already curving in, so you can still place your notch on the under bust. So I'll also place my notch on the center front pattern. This is my bust point line. I'll place my notch, and this is my under bust. I'll place my notch. So this is going to guide me when I'll sew my bustier. So I have a detailed video on how to sew your how to pad and sew your bustier effectively on this channel. You can also scroll down below to learn how you can pad your bustier effectively. So that is that for this. And the back, this is the zip allowance. I added 1 inch for my zip, 2 inches on the sides, 1 inch on the hem, and 0.5 inch on the armhole and on the neckline. So this is all that is required for now for us to start up this tutorial. So I'll go ahead and pad and sew my bustier. Okay, so I will not be showing this part because I have it on the channel already. So I'll sew my bustier and I'll be back to show you what next to do.